for Asante Achim North, right? But they put his picture up there and they are Yakubi. Yeah? He's a former member of parliament. He's the lawyer for Chairman Wontumi, Bernard Antwi Boasiako. Now, I need to place on record. You see that distortion of facts, come to me, the distortion of facts and information out there just to try and whip up, the base and try and get people to be unruly and rowdy. It must stop. I saw somebody beating his chest to say, hey, we are from the north. We have boys. We'll bring them. We are not afraid of the guns. We are not afraid of the machete. A few moments later, he was seen in another video apologizing and saying that that individual should have been picked up. Then you have another pointing at the office of Yoko and telling them that you are mocking us. We know where you live. And then he does this. We can't afford to have another Ahmed Swali. That individual should be picked up. You see, when you get carried away, or if you get carried away in the midst of all of these things, you first have to ask yourself, I always say this, the people who send you to come and say things and do things, they are some people's fathers and mothers. Their children are not out there on the streets with you. You are out there on the street. You are also somebody's father, somebody's mother. When they send you to come and do or say things, you to spend time and think about it because God gave you a brain. Think about it. Because when trouble comes, you'll be left alone. Like how Chairman Wontumi has been left alone. Minubeko. As soon as they put the man in the grave, everybody went away. I'm using it figuratively. And that record must be put here. Now that Chairman Wontumi is not being held by the state because the state feels that we must hold him to punish him. No. The state institution called the Yoko granted him bail. There were two things that he had to do, two sureties to the tune of 50 million that he had to do, that he had to satisfy, prerequisites that he had to satisfy. He could not satisfy them. That's why he is there. And then there was the confusion about, somebody filing, somebody not filing, and all of that. And I asked the question the very day the MPs went to sit on the floor. Where the MPs sat, if you climb up the Atamils High Street, right, where the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is, and you turn right, you are at the Supreme Court of the Republic of Ghana. The lawyers among them, they know. Those who are sitting on the floor, they know. If you go up the high street and you turn left and you walk just a few meters away, you will see the court complex. The high courts, all the courts are there. You bypass the court and you come and sit on the floor. And then eventually you go back to the court, seeking to go and vary the bail conditions. Bokordier. And we are complaining about 50 million. Charles Edubuahin. He was given 120 million as his bail condition. His lawyers went to court. They didn't sit on the floor. They went to court. They varied it to 80 million. It is recent. When the banking sector collapse happened, what was the bail condition that was slapped on Prince Kofi Amoabe, Captain Prince Kofi Amoabe? What was it? What was slapped on Seydou Agongo? You mention their names and tell me the bail condition. Don't go back to Woyome. Stay within 2018, 2019. Stay within that period. Or if you like, as recent as Charles Edubuahin's. I told you here on Thursday that maybe Chairman Wontumi is the only one not realizing that he is the pawn in the chess game that is being played around him. The chess game that is being played around Chairman Wontumi today as we speak is that everybody wants a slice of him to make himself popular, to advertise for the faction they belong to within the same party that is seeking unity. And I stood there, I said, unity is key, the core values of the party. Brian Echampo, he wrote it, I read it here. I read it not because I support Brian Echampo. I read it because he was speaking sense. He was making sense. The lawyer now is telling us that, Lawyer Apia Kubi, as calm and candid as he has been, and telling us what the truth is. He says he is not interested in the theater and the drama. He said what? The properties that Mr. Kennedy Japan brought, the leases and assignments were not registered, so they couldn't use them. Is that also another case for Yoko to be looking into? Office of the Special Prosecutor to be, you bring leases and assignments that are not properly registered or are not registered that cannot be used, but you bring them boldly to the court. You bring them boldly to the institutions, they take it. Is that a matter for Yoko to be looking into? Well, I'm just asking. No, I'm just asking. I'm not, who are those shouting NSS scandal at the back? Keep quiet, please. We are not talking about NSS scandal. Please keep quiet at the back. We are talking about Chairman Wontumi. We are not talking about National Service Scheme scandal. No, we are talking about Chairman Wontumi. So keep quiet at the back. I beg you. We can talk about it later. So this whole conversation is about who gets what within the whole mix of things. There is the Dr. Baumia faction, there's the Brian Champon faction, and then there's the Kennedy Japan faction, all looking at cashing out and cashing in on what is happening to Chairman Wontumi. I told you, and I said, it will play out. You will see it. You will know, you will see. I say you will see it. If at the time when all of this had been done, the three factions cannot even be talking to each other within the same political party in the interest of a regional chairman that has been picked up for whatever it is, then there's a problem. Dr. Baumia was there at the BNI, office. People were struggling and forcing their way into the building. I'm sure that he would have been told that the man is not there at the BNI headquarters, but he's at Kaokudi. I'm sure he would have been told. But as politicians as they are, as soon as he came, he addressed the media and started telling the media, and some people were feeding into that the man had been disrespected and all of that. If they wanted to disrespect you, they wouldn't have opened the door for you to enter in the first place.